I never made it, but I know what it takes. I'm motivated.
So I made a video on how to take off this plastic, but I'll do it putting it back together. So what you're going to do is, there's 4 bolts here, so you take this, and so you take the frame, you stick it through these side slots, and it should, should slide. Might have to give it a little. I also Rhino lined it, so it's gonna be a little bit tougher. It's a little bit thicker. Make sure there, so that fits in there. And then here, these just slip up into. And this is going to be much easier on if you don't Rhino line. And this should go up like that. So that's back on like that. This clip goes up here. And you can see this bolt matches up. And then after you put your airbox boot back on, this gets tucked up under here. Up right there. What's going on here? So get my boot on. Get this lined up here. Make sure this is lined up, which it is not. There we go. You just kind of shove that on. And then this here tucks back up under the frame after it's clipped up here. Attach this back to the frame. And then everything. So these bolts here are mostly lined back up, and one here, and then the same on the other side. One right there, one right here, and then I got airbox. Make sure you tighten down, back down the band. Your band right there. And that's how you do the plastic. After getting your 4 bolts back in, 2 on each side, make sure you refasten down this, rerun your wires, and then mine had a battery in the box, sits here. Reattach the battery. Make sure you rerun this. This goes up through here. Sorry, up through here, under there, and there's a zip tie that you throw back on there, and that is your battery box. So after you get the zip tie on there, with the cord tucked in here. I ran it through here, ran it up over to the main, and then down this side, around, back up under, and connected the plug here. Got the battery in, got the battery holder. There's actually only 3 bolts holding this in, one there, and one in the bottom of this. If any of you guys are wondering and having troubles with your starter, your battery not putting out enough juice, this is what I got. It works really well. And there's your filter holder that you unclip, and it goes through these 2 holes to hold your filter in. There's your battery band that mice decided to chew up, so I gotta figure something out. It usually goes up under here and attaches, or it usually goes behind here and attaches down there. And then your kickstand rubber, which goes right through that hole there. You just slide that guy right down in. And so I now have the battery in. I made a makeshift zip tie so it's able to clamp down. Got all the wires ran. Got zip ties back on here, 2 on the other side. Got my spring back on. Got this guy on. Got the air filter back in. Along with this zip tie here, this zip tie here. Got this guy back on. Now all these holes are lined up for here. We got one here, but that is only after we get the tail on, which I believe you just slide this on here. Figure out how to do this. Like that. So you gotta make sure that these pockets here go in to the ends here, while sliding this up into and lining up here. So So you can see right here that up here I was caught on that, or here was catching up on that. So I just moved that over, if you can see that, and then slid it on. That's good. And now that lines up there, lines up there, and then we have rear fender on. So with this rear fender on, we are now able to put this nut and bolt back on here. Reattach the exhaust. I had the FMF shorty on here. I'm gonna put back on my stock exhaust because it has the what do you call it? The spark arrestor on it. Thank you. And then I'm able to start moving forward with the rest of the plastics. And so for anyone that doesn't know, so the exhaust attaches right here with his, and this is the little grommet, little boot. One side is, you can see there is a bit bigger, and this goes on the exhaust side because this is flared. So you just push this on here. To the inside line there, if you guys can see that, and you take here, up over here, boom, slides on, and then you're here. Okay, and then so you're here, and I've got a handle, and so you just throw in those bolts, and boom, you've got your exhaust attached.